Hey everyone, and welcome back to Kaizen Academy. Today, we are tackling a concept that is, quite literally, the pulse of any lean operation: takt time. And trust me, once you get this, it's going to change the way you see everything. But first, let me ask you a question. What if you could actually hear your customer's heartbeat? A steady, constant rhythm telling you exactly what they need and exactly when they need it. It sounds a little poetic, I know, but that's really what Takt Time is all about. Okay, so to really get our heads around the solution, we first have to talk about the problem. And in the world of lean, the biggest enemy, the one we're always fighting, is waste, or as it's known, muda. Specifically, the problem of making too much stuff way too early. Now, we're trying to get rid of all 7 of these wastes for sure. But that first one, overproduction, it's often called the worst waste of them all. Why? Well, because it's the one that causes so many of the others. You make too much, and suddenly you've got piles of inventory. And that inventory leads to waiting, moving things around for no reason. And it can even hide defects for weeks. It's a real mess. This is a total game changer, isn't it? It goes against everything we're taught. We think we should keep machines running, keep people busy. But in a lean system, that's not the goal at all. The goal is to perfectly match what you make with what people are actually buying. So remember, just being busy is not the same as being effective. So how do we fight all that waste? How do we actually sync up our work with what the customer wants? Well, this is where Takt Time makes its grand entrance. It's this simple, elegant tool that gives us the rhythm, the beat of the customer that we can sync our entire operation to. The word takt actually comes from German, and it means beat, like a musical beat or a conductor's baton. And that's the perfect way to think about it. Takt time is a calculation, and this is key. It's not how fast you can work, it's not how fast you are working. It's the exact rate you must work to meet customer demand. It's the pace of sales. And you know what? The formula is beautifully simple. It's just your available work time divided by your customer demand. Now, that phrase available work time is really important. It's not just the total time in a shift. You got to subtract all the planned stops, lunch, breaks, team meetings. It's the actual real time you have to get things done. All right, let's make this concrete. Say you have an 8-hour shift. That's 480 minutes. Let's take out 20 minutes for breaks. That leaves you with 460 available minutes, or 27,600 seconds. And in that same shift, your customers want 690 units. So we just do the math. 27,600 seconds divided by 690 units. And there it is, 40 seconds. That number, that is the customer's heartbeat. It's telling you loud and clear that to meet demand, a finished product needs to roll off your line every 40 seconds. No faster and no slower. That's your pace, that's your rhythm. Okay, this next part is super important because it's probably the #1 spot where people get confused when they're starting out with lean. We have to be absolutely clear that takt time is not the same thing as cycle time. So let's break that down. Here's the simplest way to think about it. Takt time is what the customer wants. It's set by the market, it's external, it answers the question, how often do we need to finish 1 unit? Cycle time, on the other hand, is what your process can actually do. It's an internal measurement of your capability. The whole goal is to get your process, your cycle time, to dance to the rhythm of the customer's takt time. So we did the math, we've got our magic number. Now what? What do we actually do with it? Well, this is where takt time stops being just a number on a chart and becomes the foundation for how you organize all of your work. It's what makes true continuous flow possible. It really does 3 amazing things. First, it sets the pace. It becomes the target time for every single piece of standardized work. Second, it lets you balance the workload. You can immediately see if one station is overloaded while another is just sitting around. And third, and this might be the most powerful part, it makes problems pop right out. If you're supposed to finish a unit every 40 seconds and you don't, boom, you know right away something's wrong and needs attention. And you can see how this all connects in this beautiful chain reaction. When you level out your production, you can work to a steady takt time. And that takt time is what lets you create standardized, balanced work. And that standardized work is what gets you to minimum inventory, minimum cost, and the best quality. See? It's all connected. So as you can see, takt time is way more than just a simple calculation. It's really a philosophy. It's about committing to listening to your customer and then arranging your entire world to respond perfectly to that rhythm. It drives everything. So I want to leave you with a question to think about. Now that you know how to hear that customer heartbeat, how are you going to change the rhythm of your work? Where's the first place you can apply this to get just one step closer to that perfect, continuous flow? Hey, thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. If you want to keep mastering the rhythm of continuous improvement, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button for Kaizen Academy. We've got more deep dives just like this one coming your way. I'll see you in the next one.